Hi, my name is Brian Johnson. I am the director of the upcoming production of The School for Scandal at Cascades Theatrical Company in Bend, Oregon, with auditions on March 9th and 10th of 2015. And I'm presenting this introductory video as a way of hopefully preparing you for those auditions. Now, if you are a seasoned actor, if you have a lot of experience auditioning and you want to skip this information, you can go right to the documents that will help you out. Go to this blog and go to the downloads page where you will find 3 documents. You will find the master script that we will be using to produce the play, and then you'll find the audition sides, the cuttings from the play that we'll be using at the auditions, and then a 1-page document on the major characters, or the more significant characters, just a little character snapshot of each one to give you an idea of at least what I think of them and what you might want to incorporate into your audition characters. The School for Scandal is a delightful comedy from the 1700s. It's got multiple storylines that weave around each other. That's part of the fun. I'm definitely looking forward to doing this because I first encountered this play in 2003 when I was teaching at the high school level, and I'm very much, have been very much interested in the past 11 years of getting one of the community theaters in town to produce it. And so I'm very happy that Cascades Theatrical gave me this opportunity. It is, at this point, my #1 theatrical directing dream. So I am very excited. I've been preparing since October, probably over-preparing, but we'll see. I want to help you prepare because typically auditions in town are what are known as cold readings. You walk in, you're handed a portion of the script, you have a few minutes to kind of read it to yourself, maybe step outside, try some of the lines out loud, and then the director calls you in, pairs you up with somebody else you've never met, and the two of you read through a scene. And some people just aren't good at that. That makes some people nervous. I think it can be a hindrance to people bringing out their best performance. Kudos to you if you are someone who can sight read, who can instantly create a character out of what you read and really impress the director. But I want to give everybody a chance to show me their best. I want to take as much cold out of the cold reading as possible, which is why I've given you these 3 documents ahead of time. You're able to read the whole script, see how everything fits together, see how all the people fit together and where everything belongs. And then you can get a head start specifically on those pages that we'll be using at the auditions. First, I'd like to bring your attention to the cast list. Now, if you look at the master document online, the cast list is huge. Don't let that frighten you, or maybe it doesn't. It might frighten some people who want to help me on the crew, saying you're going to fit 36 people backstage. No, a lot of those characters will be doubled up, especially the ones marked ensemble/optional. When I say optional, I guess really I put that in for the CTC board so that they wouldn't be scared that I wanted to put 36 people backstage. Those are characters that I added. They are not in Richard Brinsley Sheridan's original script. I have a vision for this play, and it's based on the production that we made in 2003. It actually elaborates on some ideas that I created back then, and it involves some extra characters that aren't in the original script, and they are, well, to be truthful, they are small parts. And I know there are no small parts, there are only small actors, but these are small parts. Some of these characters walk on the stage on one side, they walk across the stage, maybe they're carrying something, and they exit again. And that is, in the script, that is that character's only mention. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to try to double those up as possible so that somebody playing one of these ensemble roles is actually on stage at least a couple of times, maybe gets a line to say for their efforts, for their troubles. I'm bringing that up because I really do want those parts. I wrote them in for a purpose. And if they're missing, okay, maybe nobody in the audience will notice. Nobody in the audience will sit there going, something is missing here. It's just, you know, is there a character that's been cut out of this? But I want them there. It's the picture I want to paint. It'd be like a painter trying to create a portrait, and he goes to the craft shop and out of all the oil paints, he wants these colors, and they don't have one that he wants. Okay, he can still create the painting, and the audience will go, wow, that's nice, but he'll stand in the back of the art gallery going, it's just not what I want. So I'm really stressing that because I know those little parts aren't always fun. They mean a lot of sitting backstage. So I'm asking anyone viewing this to consider ahead of time. You know, it's a good opportunity for new actors who want the experience of being on a stage, being in a play. Maybe they aren't, you know, ready, feeling a little timid about taking a larger part. This is your opportunity definitely to get your feet wet. You don't have to be a beginner. If some seasoned veteran is just in the mood to play a couple of small side characters, that's fine by me too. I want to bring those to your attention so you'll think about that ahead of time. Will you consider playing one or two of these ensemble roles? And the ensemble roles will also be the ones helping me out with the set changes. I'm not going to use stage crew, you know, in black turtlenecks and pants, changing things in between scenes. For a play like this, I like to actually have the servant characters come out, the butlers and maids come out, and anytime furniture needs to be moved, they move it in character. They move it as if they are butlers and maids in a house changing the furniture. So nobody's going to just sit backstage for 2.5 hours and only step onto the stage once. Nobody's going to do that. I will make sure of that. Okay, I think I've stressed that enough. I am looking for people to fill those small roles. I can delete them if I have to, but I really don't want to. I would love to see this thing as rich and full as I envision, with all 36 parts, played by maybe about 24 total actors. When you arrive at the auditions, you will have an audition sheet to fill out that is standard form for the theater. And then I will have one small questionnaire. It'll have 3 statements on it regarding those small parts as to whether you are willing to play them or not. Just check the statement on there that most relates to your thinking about your involvement in the play. When you're coming to auditions, please bring your calendar, whether that's an app on your phone or whether you're old-fashioned like me and you still use paper and pen and little pocket calendars. Bring your calendar, because one of the things I will be asking you to do is indicate rehearsals that you would be unable to attend. Not to be cruel, but if you mark out a vast majority of those, I probably won't be able to put you in it. Take note right now that Wednesday the 11th, that evening, starting at 6:30, will be an all-cast meeting. And then around 7 o'clock, 7:15, we will start reading the script, and we will go until we're done. We have one table reading rehearsal where we read through the entire script. If you end up with a part that has no spoken dialogue, you will be free to go when we start that, unless you want to sit around and hear the script. I also plan to include Friday rehearsals for the month of March. It's a big script. I want to make sure we cover it. That does mean that, contrary to what you may have seen in the season flyer, where it says rehearsals are typically Sunday through Thursday, for March they're going to be Sunday through Friday. But I will make sure that nobody goes to all 6 rehearsals in a week. Nobody will be made to rehearse that much. Regarding the calendar, I'll just give you a head start on my thinking. By auditioning, you are saying, this is what I want to do with my evening free time for the next 2 months. So when you come with your little calendar and you start finding rehearsals that you cannot attend, really make sure they are rehearsals you cannot attend. You've already got your airline tickets for a trip out of town, or there's already some major event that cannot be canceled, cannot be moved, whatever. Those are the rehearsals you cross out. If you were just kind of hoping to go shopping at some big sale on a particular day and you're tempted to cross out the rehearsal on that day, please don't. If you're auditioning, you're saying, I want to make the play as much of a priority as possible. And, you know, I understand emergencies and family things, and like I said, trips that are already planned and things like that. But everything else should be considered secondary to the play. That's not me being cruel. That's me saying we have 6 weeks before a paying audience intends to see this thing. Now, the auditions themselves. I've provided the pages that we'll be using ahead of time because it's antiquated language. It was written in the 1700s. They didn't speak back then the way we speak now. If you try to read some of this out loud, you will find it to be an exercise. And so I would encourage you to actually download those pages and read them out loud. Take some time in your evenings, sometime this month before the auditions, to actually read the lines out loud so your mouth gets used to saying them. I think that will help eliminate some of the hurdle at your audition. I think that will enable you to be more confident and deliver more fluidly when you're there. A lot of people, a lot of novices, and I was one of them, think that when you go to an audition, the point is to figure out what the director wants and give it to him. More important than that, because you don't necessarily know what I want until we get to rehearsals. More important than trying to guess what I want is to simply give me a strong performance. You've looked at the script, you've looked at this character, this is how you believe the character would be performed. Perform it that way with confidence. That will show me that you can act and you can think about your character, that you can actually put some thought into it and bring that thought out in a performance. If you can do that, then I know I can work with you to get around to what I actually want, whether you show me that at auditions or not. A couple of other things to watch out for that really cause a breakdown in the audition. They cause the atmosphere to be disrupted and cause a distraction to the actors and the director. I don't even know offhand if my pages have any examples of this, but watch out for a character speaking twice in a row. A lot of times in an audition, somebody's character will speak, and then their line will end, and then there will be some instruction. And then their character will be the very next one to speak. But they just simply assume that because this line is done, somebody else speaks, and they don't even pay attention. They don't really even look. And then, eventually after a certain amount of silence, the other actors lean over and go, you have a line. Well, it really throws things off. If you want to be in character the whole time, working hard to impress me, you don't want to make that fumble. You want to just keep going. The other thing would be check out all your words. This goes back to saying things out loud, but make sure you're pronouncing them right or you aren't going to stumble over them if it's an old word. Just, make sure that you've checked up on how to say it. And if you don't know how to say it, invent a way to say it that you say with confidence. People always ask, so I'll say it right now. No, you do not have to come to both nights of auditions. If you can, great. It gives me more opportunity to compare you with other people and to, if you come Monday and Tuesday, then by Tuesday night you've really warmed up to the script. But nobody will be canceled out or cut out if they only come Monday or only come Tuesday. It won't hurt to come both nights, and it will help. But it won't get you nullified. It won't get you cut. What word am I looking for? It won't get you... We won't not cast you. The bottom line is I love this play. I want to have a lot of fun with it, and I want the people who want to have fun with it to be there. So, like I said, I want to clear out as many obstacles from your audition as possible so that you come in there and you shine and you have me going, yes, I want you in the play. So, I hope that helped. I hope that gives you a head start. Reach out to me with any questions if you need to know more. So other than that, I'm looking forward to March 9th and seeing all of the people that show up and getting this thing going. All right. Thank you very much for listening and hope to see you there.